Down syndrome is a chromosomal disorder with identifiable physical characteristics resulting in delays in physical and intellectual development. It is the result of too few or too many chromosomes. The three types of Down syndrome are trisomy 21, translocation, and mosaicism. The IDEA and Special Education Code for Down syndrome is an intellectual disability. The federal definition of Down syndrome is mental retardation, meaning significant subaverage general intellectual functioning, existing concurrently with deficits in adaptive behavior and manifested during the developmental period that adversely affects a child's educational performance. Another definition of Down syndrome from the American Association of Mental Retardation is a disability characterized by significant limitations both in intellectual functioning and in adaptive behavior, as expressed in conceptual, social, and practical adaptive skills. The disability originates before age 18. A part of the diagnostic process for Down syndrome is prenatal testing. This includes ultrasounds, blood tests, amniocentesis, and chorionic villus sampling, also known as CVS. All of these tests are utilized to detect chromosomal abnormalities. Amniocentesis is performed within 15 to 20 weeks of pregnancy. Under ultrasound guidance, a needle is inserted through the abdomen to remove a small amount of amniotic fluid. The cells from the fluid are cultured and used to perform a karyotype analysis. One drawback to amniocentesis is a 1 in 100 chance of miscarriage. CVS is another form of in-depth prenatal testing. It involves removing a tiny piece of tissue from the placenta. Under ultrasound guidance, the tissue is obtained with a needle inserted through the abdomen or the cervix. The tissue is then cultured, and a karyotype analysis of the chromosomal makeup of the cells is performed. The main difference between CVS and amniocentesis is the time it is conducted. While amniocentesis is performed within 15 to 20 weeks of pregnancy, CVS can be performed 10 to 12 weeks, which is much earlier. Some of the physical traits detected at birth are low muscle tone, a flat facial profile, a small nose, an upward slant to the eyes, a single deep crease across the center of the palm, excessive ability to extend the joints, small skin folds on the inner corners of the eyes, and excess space between large and second toe. The developmental characteristics that will be discussed are cognitive, social, emotional, and physical. In terms of cognitive development, individuals learn best with the pairing of information with visual images. This is also known as a visual learner. Individuals experience difficulties with verbal short-term memory. This makes it difficult to process spoken language, which contrasts greatly with their ability to hold and process visual information. Individuals also experience early development of reading skills and delayed development of basic number skills. In terms of social development, infants with Down syndrome experience normal development of social skills. In addition, babies with Down syndrome utilize strong nonverbal skills, which include babbling, smiling, and social gestures. In terms of developmental delays, individuals with Down syndrome experience some speech difficulties. The two main issues is a delay in mastering sentence structures and a delay with clear speech production. Delayed speech development leads to cognitive delays as learning is constructed through language. In terms of emotional development, school-age children with language and communication delays experience difficulties with emotional regulation. Some mental health concerns associated with the disorder are general anxiety, depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, inattentive behaviors or ADHD, and difficulty sleeping. As mentioned previously, individuals with Down syndrome are born with physical traits. They also experience delayed motor development. These delays reduce an infant's opportunities for exploring and learning about the world around them. Infants born with Down syndrome start out with an average height and weight. Over time, they begin to fall behind their typical peers. Adults tend to be 5 feet or smaller. In addition, they have smaller hands and feet. Some of the strengths for a person with Down syndrome are social skills, self-advocacy, and independence. There are a lot of positives that come from strong social skills. This includes assisted and independent living opportunities, the ability to master art and recreational skills, the ability to fulfill daily needs, which includes transportation, cooking meals, and shopping. In the novel Life as We Know It, A Father, a Family, and an Exceptional Child by Michael Berube, the author shares his experiences raising a child with Down syndrome. He states, "We want those expectations adjusted upwards, of course, and we hope our children make the news for their abilities rather than their disabilities." This quote highlights the strengths of individuals with Down syndrome. It is important to focus on what they can do rather than what they can't do. Some of the challenges experienced with Down syndrome are predisposed serious medical conditions. This includes congenital heart defects, respiratory and hearing problems, Alzheimer's disease, childhood leukemia, and thyroid issues. Developmental delays, such as cognitive and speech delays, impact academic performance. Oftentimes, students are functioning at a much slower pace. Some readily available resources for teachers are the Multidisciplinary Team, National Down Syndrome Society, Global Down Syndrome Foundation, pediatricians, Americans with Disabilities Act, and state programming. The multidisciplinary team is an important resource for future education. It is the teacher's role to work alongside families, related service professionals, and healthcare specialists to meet the needs of the child. In Berube's story, Life as We Know It, A Father, a Family, and an Exceptional Child, he works alongside the multidisciplinary team to create a preschool educational plan. His child attends half a day at a local nursery school and half a day at a special education inclusive program. Another resource is the National Down Syndrome Society. The website ndss.org provides online resources for anyone to learn about the disability. It includes general information, programming for parents and families, employment resources, and a helpline. The Global Down Syndrome Foundation is an organization in the state of New Jersey. The website globaldownsyndrome.org provides information on the organization and additional resources that can assist people within the state. Teachers can use this site to connect families with smaller organizations to assist their child. Pediatricians are also another credible resource for teachers and parents to use. Although the teacher would not directly contact a child's pediatrician, it is a recommendation that should be given for parents when they come to teachers with concerns that cannot be met. The Americans with Disabilities Act is a reference to special education law, which serves as a resource for teachers. The website www.ada.gov provides information on laws that protect the rights of adults with special needs. State programming is the last resource that will be discussed. Individuals with disabilities are entitled to assistance outside of the classroom. An example of a program in the state of New Jersey is the ARC of Essex County. This is a center that services families and children with special needs. On the website arcessex.org, service opportunities are broken down into 3 main categories: adult services, children's services, and professional services. Each category provides detailed information on the ARC programming that can assist the individual with either an intellectual or developmental disability. Now I will discuss the classroom strategies that can help a child with Down syndrome. As previously mentioned, individuals with a disability learn best through illustrations. It is important to pair pictures with spoken language in the classroom to accommodate their visual learning style. Another classroom strategy is to break down directions into small steps to accommodate difficulties with short-term memory. For example, instead of 10 steps, give the child 5. The final strategy is to create communication logs to be in contact with parents and family throughout the week.